All right, everybody, and welcome to the Power Comics YouTube channel. I am Evan Husney, and today is quite the milestone day here at Power Comics. That's right, the Complete Jontar trade paperback book, 288 pages, is here. The book that we have co-published with Floating World Comics out of Portland, Oregon, has just arrived here at the Power Comics headquarters. And I thought we need to flip through this shit, man, for you guys, because this is about to street. It's going to come out, and I think late October, early November is when it's going to ship. But we just got an advance copy here, and guys, it's over 2 years in the making. My mind is blown. I mean, just look how amazing this foil cover is. Foil fucking Jontar butter sword there right on the cover. Foil fucking Tony Lorenz, signature action. This is just an incredible product, and, we've put so much into this, blood, sweat, and tears, straight down from the Jontar's creator, Bill W. Miller, Tony Lorenz, supplying never-before-seen art for this, Tom Tarpey supplying letters and art, and so on, Colin Noseworthy for designing the book. There's so much to talk about, so I thought we would do a flip through and also tell y'all where you can finally pre-order this. First things first is you can head over to floatingworldcomics.com, and there's a link right in the description of this video. Click that, and you'll be able to pre-order your copy direct from them. It's $29.99. And what are you waiting for? Because this is incredible. This is 288 pages, like I said. Just check how thick that bad boy spine is. That spine is not fucking around at all. That is a thick ass book. Cool. You got little foil Jontar there. Some more foil Jontar sword ricochet action. Shout out to Colin too, because he went with the ricochet theme for the back cover as well here. Little smattering of all the different iterations of Jontar, which is included in this book. And we should say that right out of the gate. This special edition release of Jontar, the Complete Jontar, includes all 9 issues, which are harder than shit to find now. I mean, we've seen eBay sales that are now over $300 for issue number 4, so you're not going to be finding that anytime soon. So this collects the Jontar issues 1 through 4 from the original series, also Jontar Returns issues 1 through 5, but also you get bonus interviews with Bill W. Miller. You got some intros from myself. You got intros from Tony Lorenz and Tom Tarpey, 2 of the most legendary Jontar artists. And you got a full bonus alternate issues, never before released alternate issues of both Jontar number 2 and a partial alt version of Jontar Returns number 3. And so super cool, complete package here. If you're the Jontar completist, y'all know I am. You're definitely going to need this. And also, it's perfectly in time for the holays as well, too. So if this would make a perfect holiday gift for the adventurous comic collector and / appreciator, or just someone who appreciates some good folk art, man. Also might love this. So anyway, I thought it'd be cool for us to flip through this because I've wanted to unveil to all you what it looks like on the inside, what's included, the quality. The quality is off the chart. So I wanted to show everybody, just to have a good sense of that. So shall we dive into it? All right, let's do it. So I had recorded this little flip through earlier on in the day, so we're going to be doing like a live commentary to it. But first off, you notice awesome foil cover, as I pointed out before. It just looks amazing. There's your first inside page there, a panel from Jontar 1. Check that out, guys. A fucking table of contents. Like, this book demands a table of contents. There's a lot of fucking shit in it, too. Shout out to everyone who worked on it, especially, again, Colin Noseworthy. Incredible job on the layout of this book. Super pro. And here's a little intro essay that I wrote together with Ramey. Shout out to Ramey Bennett. Helped me put this together, kind of contextualizing Jontar in the context of the black and white indie boom and everything else. This is great, too. This is an introduction straight from the typewriter of Bill W. Miller, written right in May 2023, so only a few months ago. Very amazing, cool intro that he wrote there, and where he kind of has a little self-awareness around how warped the comic is. But he says, have fun and don't trip over the elves. Love that. So here's a flip through here of Jontar issue number 1, man. This is the Citizen Kane of Power Comics. This is the issue that started it all for us here on the channel. An incredible story. about a male stripper / sanitation worker who has an encounter with a disappearing elf in a trash can and then goes on this cosmic journey to become this reborn elven warrior named Jontar. And that's where the adventure starts. Art by Tony Lorenz. Love the art. Incredible. And that issue, again, sourced from the original art that Tony provided. It's incredible. So Jontar number 1, and that, of course, gets into Jontar number 2, the first issue illustrated by Dane Barrett. And as you can see, we've included all the original, publishers' policies, all the back matter, the front matter that was originally in these comics are here. And you can see Dane has a very different style than Tony, but still a really, really cool issue. Different sparse style, introduces the concept of Temple Island where all the elves live, and it brings the adventure into a totally weird direction that I don't think anyone saw coming. Love that sword through the leg there. Incredible stuff. Jontar number 2, cool original ad there. And then, of course, we get into Jontar number 3, probably my favorite cover in the original run, actually. And this issue also illustrated by Dane Barrett. And this, you could just look at the quality of this. I mean, this is sharper than the actual original issues in some ways. Love this issue because it gets into sort of like a haunted house story with a flaming skull head guy and this weird giant fat frog thing called Fatso. Very weird, kind of Doctor Strange-esque take on the Jontar series. Here's Jontar number 4, man, the rarest issue in the run. As I said, a copy sold for over $300 recently on eBay. This is the infamous foreword to Jontar 4 where Bill Miller threatens that he's going to put the whole series on hiatus because it is underappreciated by the comics community. This is illustrated by Dave Walker. This is my second favorite issue of Jontar, the first being the first. But this one, I just love the style. I love that it deals with Jontar colliding with a religious cult, like punk rock religious cult. Very weird mashup idea. It introduces Sophia Sappho, and it's violent, too. I even flipped right past it there, but there's an arm being dismembered there in a gutter, just laying there. It's just a really cool style. I've always loved this issue. It took me about 10 years to find a copy, but it won't be for you because there it is. And Jontar Returns number 1, the legendary issue, of course, illustrated by Tom Tarpey, who provided a lengthy introduction there, kind of talking about how he got into illustrating this issue, how he met the Millers. And, of course, Jontar Returns is the kind of 90s gritty style reboot, post-Frank Miller reboot of Jontar, where it gets into his really sketchy new origin story where he liked to beat up homeless people for sport, and he got caught up in the wrong crowd, and one of the homeless people he killed was his own mother. And so it's a pretty stiff fucking origin story, but nonetheless fits in with the times. And this is Jontar Returns number 2, of course, also illustrated by Tom Tarpey, his last issue in the run, but also awesome. And then here is Jontar Returns number 3. The issues are getting a little shorter now, and they are illustrated by a fellow named Robert Crosswhite, who also worked with the Millers on doing a lot of different cover arts and color separations for their other products. And so he stepped in, took over for Tom after Tom ghosted them after a while. But Tom talks about that in the book. Okay, here's Jontar Returns number 4. Again, I know a lot of people who've been collecting for years and have never been able to find copies of Jontar Returns 4 and 5. Again, some of the rarer issues in the run, probably very low print runs. And here they are, collected for the first time. Also illustrated by Robert Crosswhite. You can see that there. There's issue number 5, the shortest story. I think it's maybe even like 10 pages or something. It's very short, maybe 12. But this is the conclusion of the Jontar franchise here. And he says so in the foreword of this issue. He says this is going to be the last one. And then the artist down there, Crosswhite, says thanks for the opportunity to work on this series and everything. So that's it. And then Bill Miller, the creator of Jontar, supplied an afterword here where he's sort of talking about how he's got new ideas for Jontar. He's evolved now. There's no Temple Island, but Templex, a dimensional realm of magic. So he's still adapting and working on ideas and gives a great afterword there. That's super awesome. This is the color cover gallery that's included in this. So all the original covers in color are recreated here in the book, which is super cool. You have that for all the issues, so you can see what the front and back covers originally looked like for the series. Gotta have that in there. Shout out to Jason Lavian from Floating World, who really, really was keen on us including this. Great idea. This is Bill W. Miller's first ever published work. It's a comic strip called The Stalker and the Sneak, published in 1983 in a small micro comics indie publication that he sent in to us. Here is the main bonus feature. This is the in-depth interview with Bill W. Miller, talking about the creation of Jontar, the struggles publishing it, just the working with the various artists and coming up with the various ideas. Very great supplemental material there. Super awesome. That was all done via U.S. mail, by the way. He typed all of his answers out on a typewriter and sent them in by snail mail to us, and we printed it there. Here's Tony Lorenz's introduction here that he wrote for his unreleased alternate version of Jontar #2 that he had illustrated probably right after he did the first issue, but he was already fired by the Millers at that time, but he had already drawn the whole complete second issue. He actually had no memory of drawing this and found it while digging through old boxes several months after we had met Tony. So we decided, hey, we had to include it in here. So the full unreleased, never before published version of Jontar #2 is here in the book for the first time. So you can compare and contrast between Dane Barrett's and Tony Lorenz's. We've done it here on the YouTube channel. Super fun exercise. Here is the only bit of real print press that Jontar received from the local newspaper, talking about how, some crazy sales figures, and it shows a picture of Bill Miller and his dad and Dane Barrett there. Here's a letter, a correspondence letter that Tom Tarpey had found digging through old stuff, and this is right around the time where he had a family and he was moving on to not illustrating for the Millers anymore because, well, they weren't paying him. So he moved on, but that's Bill Miller being like, "Are you still there? Are you still going to turn in art for us?" And that was a little. I actually want to go back to that because it's amazing. Sorry. But this is here a little intro letter that Tom Tarpey wrote for us, a second one, sort of chronicling his, unreleased pages that are seen in the book for the first time ever. And look at this amazing bathrobe picture of vintage Tom Tarpey there. Incredible. So Tom, before he gave up on Jontar, he had illustrated about 10 pages for Jontar Returns #3, and all of these now are included in the book. One page was missing, but for the most part, you can kind of see what his version of Jontar Returns 3 would look like. Compare that against Robert Crosswhite. So it's cool to have these alternate universe versions of these Jontar issues, and including this is what makes it complete, man. This is it, the most complete version, and that's the last page he ever illustrated there. And of course, in the inside back cover, we got the Power Comics ad here showing what we have in release right now through Floating World. And then what's coming up next, man? New York City Outlaws, trade paperback. I know you all been waiting for that. And of course, The Savage World of Tony Lorenz, the Tony Lorenz companion piece to this book that'll be coming out soon. But I mean, just get a load of this book, man. This is the ultimate, for us and everything we've been wanting to put together and do. This is a dream for us to have taken our favorite power comic and made it in this expansive, comprehensive trade paperback. It's been a lot of, like I said, blood, sweat, and tears, about 2 years in the making. Just amazing stuff. Thank you so much to everybody who's helped us along the way putting this together. Jason, Colin, Tony, Tom, Bill, Ramey, Gabe, Ben, everybody. It's been incredible, and we couldn't have done it without you. So definitely head on over to floatingworldcomics.com and man, pre-order your copy today. It's just $29.99, and of course that'll ship near the end of October, early November. Great Christmas gift, as we mentioned, and what else, man? If you love supporting what we do here, if you want to support what we want to do here, this is the best way, is to order these, any one of our products. But this is kind of the new, best, most amazing thing I think we've done to date. So definitely get out there, grab your copy of the Complete Jontar, and I don't know what else to say, guys. Incredible stuff. Thanks for watching. We got some live streams coming up, and of course, as we have more products coming out, we'll let you know. We'll let you know about New York City Outlaws and Tony Lorenz's book. Those will be on deck. So, all right, everybody. Well, thanks. have a great rest of your week and hope you enjoy the book. Please leave a comment when you do get your book. Send us an email, DM us on Instagram, comment here. Let us know what you think, because your feedback on these products is super important. We want to make sure we're getting this shit right. So yeah, just let us know. And of course, tag us if you see it in a store, if it's at your LCS. Tag us on Instagram. We'll share that shit. We want to make sure people know where to get these books and how to appreciate them and shit. So, all right, everybody. Thanks so much, and we will talk soon. Take care for now. See ya. Bye.